How's it going, everybody? Welcome to YouTube Presents. I'm Chris Thompson, and I am here with Metronomy. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
Hi, everyone. I'm Joe.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anna.
I'm Oscar.
Hello.
Hello, world. I'm Benga.
That's that swag thing they were talking about earlier. So today, you guys are doing a live stream for a smaller portion of your audience. They won tickets to come see this. Describe how these people ended up being so lucky to see you guys.
Yeah. Well, I'm imagining that in the first instance they have no jobs and they don't have anywhere to be today. But yeah, I think there's a few ways. Maybe they won tickets. I'm not really sure.
Let Benga take it.
Yeah.
I believe he had to email a certain address, and kids were on the internet and stuff, you know. And the names were picked out of a virtual hat, I believe.
Have you guys ever done anything like this where there was a live stream portion of whatever performance you were doing?
I think we did, in fact, just the other day in Portland for a radio station, yeah. And that was very much full of retirees and the jobless. Right. But it was very enjoyable. It wasn't maybe such a big deal as this.
So when it comes to performing, you've obviously done like large performances and small performances. Do you find that more intimate type venues are more enjoyable for you? Or do you like more so enjoy like the larger venues performing for tons of people? Or does it matter?
I much prefer, I mean, we played this show in Minneapolis and it was, what, 200 capacity or something like that, and I just had the best time. It just kind of felt really punk.
You feel like you're...
I felt like it was the old days.
You're hardcore.
Yeah, I just kind of felt, oh, you know, this is, people were there and they were just loving it and rocking out, and it was just, yeah, it was lush.
I find getting too close to the people a little bit unnerving.
He doesn't like to get close to people, okay? So if you ever see him out, just keep your distance.
Back off.
He's very sensitive about these sort of things. So you guys are promoting your new album. Describe, because you guys have been together for a while now. Describe how different this album is from when you all first started together. Like how is it different for you?
Oh, I mean, well, it's different in the sense that when the first record came out, it was just me like making instrumental music. And the second album, I started singing, and then Anna and Benga kind of joined like halfway through. We were touring the second album, and yeah, I mean, it's just become much more of a like the most recent record is kind of sounds like a studio record, which is the kind of biggest difference. But yeah, a lot's changed. I wonder what someone who was there at the beginning might say. Maybe they're out there.
Do you think that they enjoy how much? Have you got much feedback from your audience about how they feel about the change in the style? Or is it changed much?
It's not. I mean, I don't think it's a real massive change in the style. Like, it's just kind of a progression.
Right. You're evolving.
Yeah,
evolving
exactly. But I think generally it's positive.
The internet's kind of all feedback in a way.
Instant
Yeah.
feedback. Do you guys pay attention to your YouTube at all? Because you guys have several of your music videos with millions and millions of hits. Like, a lot of mainstream artists I notice don't really look at that sort of thing, but do you guys notice that? Like, does that excite you when you see a video take off?
I mean, I think anyone who uses the internet is kind of excited when something they've put up is viewed by that many people.
Right.
But that, like, I don't think we don't like check our YouTube comments like every day or anything.
It's probably a good thing.
But every once in a while, you dip in there. Yeah, no, I mean, it's like
you got these kids back there that don't know you and they're just saying awful things.
It's so polarized.
I told my mum not to read them too much because she does read those.
Keyboard. Pretty sensitive about that sort of thing, and they'll attack. My mom does it all the time.
Trolls, keyboard warriors.
So before I came to do this interview, I tweeted out, is there any questions that you guys would like to ask the band? And one of my viewers, it was particularly for Benga here, her name was Jessica Everard, and she was like, Benga has the most swag. Do you feel out of the group that you are the most swaggiest, or would you have any sort of argument?
Swaggiest.
Do you have the most swaggiest? Is that you or?
Well, we kind of have a I have a term for when we get like given free stuff, which is I refer to it as swag because it feels like you're stealing. And right now I'm wearing 3 items of clothes that we were swagged.
Right.
So I think right now I am the most swagged.
So you have the most free stuff.
Yeah.
But as internal swagginess. No.
You know, I don't really know if that's the kind of question you should answer, really.
You just have it. You know you have it. You don't tell people about it. That's why it's swag. Do you guys watch much YouTube? Like, do you guys look at like other people's videos? Or how about this? Is there like a video? Cats. Well, that's what YouTube is made of.
That's what everyone
YouTube
watches,
is
isn't it?
Cats, when you think about it. But is there like a video that you could watch, like a funny video or a viral video that you watch like over and over again that makes you giggle?
I
want to hear you.
I'm just trying to think.
Double rainbow.
I've got this theory that with YouTube, if you start searching for anything and you follow the links, within 6 videos you'll be watching car crashes. So I kind of try and steer well clear of anything that's going to lead me there. Yeah. So I stick with kind of, I don't know really, I end up trying to find like old English TV programs on there from like the 90s.
I find that if you get sucked in, I get sucked in with babies eating lemons for the first time. If you get sucked into that vortex, you will
I
be
didn't
there
even
for
know
hours.
that was a subset that existed.
It does. Oh my God, there's so many videos of babies eating lemons, and you do it for.
Surely it's pretty bad for babies to eat lemons.
I mean,
no one eats lemons.
They make the same faces that you do as an adult. It's pretty crazy.
What was the
eaten a whole lemon?
I don't. That's not a general practice.
Babies, videos of babies being tortured. People love it.
So you guys are about to jam out for a small contingent. Do you guys do anything like prep for your performances? Is there anything you do to like hype yourself up, or is it kind of just roll with it?
We iron.
Yeah.
The boys, I mean, I don't.
You don't iron?
No.
Because is that like
the
a
3
feminist
boys,
thing?
No. I mean, I wear sequins, and you can't iron sequins.
Yeah, that's dangerous. You don't want to iron sequins, so it's good.
The boys do ironing.
Are they? Would you say are they substandard when it comes to ironing, or?
Oscar's pretty bad at ironing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Oscar.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna work at it, but most of the time we don't have like an ironing board or anything. It's just a table or something. You know, like
yeah.
Sometimes we do it like still on him.
Do you use the steam function to like loosen it before you iron it? Or?
Well, we've got a little travel iron, and I don't think it's got a steam function.
Okay, it does, and no one uses it. Everyone is an amateur when it comes to ironing. No one puts water in it. If you don't put water in, it damages the material. Yeah. Everyone knows that.
So right before an album comes out, you guys, it's a lot of work to put together an album of music. Like right before the album comes out, or rather it's done and it's about to be released. Is there like a moment of like intense excitement? Is there just that anticipation, like you're ready to go on the road, or is the process more about making the music than performing it for you?
I think we were probably. Were we already on the road when it came out?
We were touring, and we were touring while it was being recorded.
So you didn't even really have time.
No. I mean, I don't know. I think it is quite. I remember that it was quite exciting. Like when we were back in London and we were doing like little bits and bobs of photo shoots and things. And I mean, luckily it's always kind of gone quite well. I imagine if it's not going very well, it's quite horrible. But yeah, it was, it's an exciting time.
Yeah.
And I guess you enjoy it all as long as everything's going fine.
Yeah. And Anna, since you're the lone female of this group, do you find that these guys have to protect you while you're on the road? Like, do you have any like crazy fans that are like, Anna, be with me for life? And you got 3 brothers that are like, no, you can't do that. It's not okay.
No, everything's fine. I mean, I did have this one moment where I had to take a little step back because we were on this NME tour in England, and it was in like an old theatre, and I said to our tour manager Sean, I was like, Sean, can you take me to the Royal Box, please? I was like, oh, that's a bit weird. I took a step back. I was like,
the Royal Box?
Yeah, because it was like an old theatre, where the Queen or whatever would.
So you wanted to be up and above.
I wanted to be up there and watch the gig from there.
Right, that's awesome.
I think if someone said be with me for life. He's a keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't know them, because I feel like the basis for longevity is really just throwing yourself full force into it with reckless abandon. I feel like that's a good part of the process there. What do you guys feel about, because there's a lot of overseas groups and bands that are starting to make it in the US. Like, how do you guys feel about almost like a boost in popularity in especially like UK type bands in this area? Like, do you guys find that helps you, brings more audience, or do you find like there's really no translation between the UK audience and the US audience, or is it all the same?
I kind of think, I guess like, who are you talking about? You're talking about like Mumford & Sons?
Yeah, and then there's the new boy band craze that's going on.
Oh yeah,
like the Wanted, One Direction.
One Direction. Yeah, I mean, that's what, like, I think my mum was saying to me. She was like, "Oh, One Direction are doing really well. Like, maybe you guys, maybe it's gonna be great for you over there." It's
I'm not sure this is a gauge, Mom.
Yeah.
Maybe I think it's the hair, to be honest.
Yeah, I think if we were all like 16.
And I was a boy.
No, I think no. I think
Yeah.
no, of course they don't. But I mean, if we were all
If
we were all
ourselves.
16-year-olds and we came over here now, I reckon like people would be going nuts.
So
There'd be people out there.
You don't see yourself going on tour with One Direction anytime soon?
Well, they are playing. So we're on tour with Coldplay at the moment, and they're playing in the same venues that Coldplay are playing in
Really?
when they start their tour.
Wowzers.
Nuts. So if One Direction are out there and you need a support band, holler at us.
So when it comes to like social media, like Twitter, because Twitter and Facebook and those, do you guys find that's like a huge thing for you guys? Do you guys do much reach out on there to keep your audience engaged, or is that someone else?
It's a blessing and a curse,
Yeah.
I'd say. It's nice to have the direct contact with fans, obviously, but then
But not so much with
there,
enemies.
there are people, like I think particularly on Facebook, because you've got to like somebody's page to leave a comment. It's like there are people who've liked our pages just to say negative stuff.
It's amazing.
And it's like sometimes they're in like their 40s kind of thing, like, and it's like, don't you have anything better to do with your time?
Right. They don't.
So-
That's why that's actually their job. That's what they do.
It's kind of the way things are, I guess.
So going down the line, we'll start with you. Do you have any? Because I noticed that not necessarily a lot of musicians embrace like uploading their videos onto YouTube, or they go through somebody else. Do you have any advice for any musicians out there who about uploading their stuff? Like, do you feel like they should? Do you feel like this is important for them to grow their audience?
I think there comes a point when you're actually doing something good, when it's a good thing to do, but like YouTube is full of pretty substandard covers of good songs.
Right.
I just think I think people should you should kind of.
Where is this going?
I just you shouldn't necessarily upload it 5 minutes after you've learned how to play the song. That's all I'm saying.
Put a little time. All right, how about this? Have you seen any covers of your stuff on there? That's the one part of the question. Then you can How did you feel like when you saw people covering, regardless? Because some people are just horrible, but they are uploading it because they love you and they want to emulate you. So how does that? Did you like it, or?
No, yeah, it's really sweet. Like, so yeah, it's very touching and it kind of makes you feel nice. But as Benga says as well, like everyone I've seen, they've never quite got it right.
Right.
There's a few notes here or there, and so maybe just give it 5 minutes.
Take more.
Wait
than 5
till the
minutes.
next day. Have another look. Have another listen.
Let it set in.
And then make sure you come correct.
Right. You've just been replaced as the swaggiest one. You just told people to come correct. Now,
That's amazing.
now I have a YouTube channel where I occasionally parody people's music. How do you feel about people doing parodies of your songs. Have you ever seen anything like that?
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do like a parody, like an actual
but
parody.
there's a lot of like alternative videos, aren't there?
Oh yeah, no,
that's alternative
something.
videos. I'm not sure we can talk about this.
It was like a long time ago when shortly after we'd done a video for Radio Ladio, which is a song of ours where there were only 3 of us in the band at that point, but in the video we've got like face paints and we look kind of horrible. But these 3 kids, I think they were English.
Really? I thought they were from Mexico or something.
Or maybe they're Mexican.
It's pretty much the same thing.
But they went and kind of recreated it, but did it like they painted themselves and like did an amazing job. And I think that was that's kind of, I don't know if it was supposed to be like a parody, but it was like more like a cover version of the video.
But yeah, a lot of work went.
Yeah,
the production values were high.
So I think that was amazing. Like if it's you know, if you do, I suppose parody is out of respect.
As long as you're not making fun of these guys, you'll be okay. They're okay with it. Now, I noticed in watching a lot of your videos that the concepts for the video they're not like mainstream videos. Your videos are very different, very unique. How involved are you guys in the concepts that go behind these music videos?
Oh, it varies. I mean, like the most recent ones, we weren't that involved in like in the concepts, but it's more like you kind of, I guess you have a feel for what you want, and then you get directors to kind of come up with ideas, and I think in most cases it's just like the most interesting sounding. Well, like the video for The Look, which has got the seagulls, the animated seagulls, like that was just the most ridiculous idea, and it was only like when the idea kind of came through, it was like a paragraph long. It's like, oh, what's this guy on about?
What is this?
But then it's kind of, you know, I think if it intrigues you, then it can make for an intriguing video. And in a way, it's better to just let a director kind of get on with it, I think.
That's what they're there for.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I find that the videos that are unlike other videos, that's the reason you guys get millions of hits in your videos, is because people are watching it and they like the music, but they're also like so intrigued by what's going on visually. You find that the visual part brings out the music? It helps people engage with the music more, or are they separate?
I mean, I like nowadays it's just so much, like it's such an integral part of how people find out about music. So I think if you're gonna go and spend money on a music video, you might as well do it right.
Right. Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Wait, come correct was come correct. Sorry. So you do a lot. I was looking. You do a lot of remixes of stuff. Do you contact the artist before you do this? Like, what's the process for remixing someone else's song?
I mean, you don't really. Well, I don't think I've ever chased someone to like remix them. It's more like the other way around. People kind of want a slightly, I guess they want a better version of the song they've done.
Yeah.
So they ask you to do it.
So you're saying that the artists that reach out to you are like, this is garbage,
like,
and I'd like you to make it gold.
Sort this mess out.
Now, but you've had several that you didn't release.
Yeah, there are a few which I did, which were like, there's the kind of Britney Spears cover version thing that I did for fun.
Wait, you did a Britney Spears cover?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Which song?
Toxic.
And it didn't come out?
No, but I mean, like, the thing is, I kind of just did it of an evening.
It was
like,
kind it's kind of a bootleg, I guess you'd call it.
Bootleg.
Bootleg.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the swaggiest one now.
I think
Bootleg.
we're all vying for
Bootleg,
it.
come correct, and I wear stolen stuff. Or free stuff. I'm sorry, I get it confused.
Royal Box.
So would you say, do you have a lot of songs that you've written, remixes, songs that like, you're concerned about quality, obviously, like, so, or do you have a lot of songs that just won't see the light of day that you've written? Or
There were like remixes that I've done which the artist who I remixed didn't like.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm never that fussy, but other people are.
Okay.
Sadly.
This okay, so this new album, describe, and we'll have you pass it down. Describe it in one word. Your new album. I should have prepped them for this. I apologize. That was not nice.
Lush.
What? Oh, sorry for people who don't know what that means.
Lush. Oh yeah.
Blush. I thought you said blush. I'm like,
Blush. No.
It makes you nervous.
Lush. It's a. Lush was what we'd say instead of swag.
Oh.
Where I'm from, that's lush.
Where are you from?
England. Southwest England.
Specifically
Southwest,
England.
Devon in England.
Okay, so now you know.
Lush.
What about you?
Swaggy.
You just learned that word. It doesn't
I
count.
love it. It's my new favourite word.
Cool.
It's cool.
Loosh.
Which is...
Loosh. It's when something's kind of lithe, like moves very elegantly. It's loosh.
Would you say that you...
I didn't just make that up. Check it out.
Check it out. But like, I feel like, is it loosh with a double O?
No, it's a Louche. I believe you spell it.
Fancy.
It's probably like a stolen French word.
Would you describe yourself as louche?
Depends on what time of the day it is.
What time of day would you consider yourself louche?
Louchiest. I don't know, around 9 p.m. on a gig day.
You guys are late risers.
Sometimes, when you're in a tour bus, your body clock just goes way out of whack anyway.
How much longer is tour for you guys?
Like 5 more days. We've been in the US for nearly 6 weeks now.
What was your favorite city?
We all really love LA. Yeah,
Your
London.
favorite city in the US was London?
London, Ontario.
Yeah. What venue did you play where you found that the audience was the most engaged? What's that?
San Francisco.
We're learning about microphones here. San Francisco. Now, do you find that your audience, while you're performing, feeds the performance and makes it that much more intense?
Yeah, I mean, like I was gonna say, my favorite one was the Minneapolis show, which is which is kind of, it's half up to the audience. No, it's a quarter up to the audience.
So
3/4 up to you.
To put on your audience.
Well, I know, but I think
I think
it's funny. Like within a few minutes, like, well, obviously if it's your own show, they're kind of there to see you anyway. But I think pretty much every American city we've been to, they've been really like pumped.
Pumped. I don't know. Is that a word you guys don't use?
Pumped.
In England?
I don't know.
It's not really.
It's like
psyched. We're trying to learn new words here.
Ready.
Ready. Are you guys ready for your performance?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
We're pumped.
We're pumped.
Yeah.
So have you had any like major meltdowns during tour where you had to kind of play through any technical difficulties that you? Oh, she immediately knows.
Not so much on this tour, though.
No, not on this tour. We did. It was great. We got to go to Southeast Asia, places, countries we'd never even been to before. But we just kept having so many technical difficulties, and I just think we all had a little meltdown.
There was actually the beginning of this very tour. We were going to Miami Ultra Festival, and we were getting ready to we were going to get set up for the stage, and then we found out that half of our equipment that we had cargoed from England was in Australia.
Do you need equipment to do a show?
Yes.
Well,
new, I guess. So what happened?
Well, anyway, so it was in Australia, and then we were in Atlanta the next day, and our equipment got flown to LA, and then our equipment got a Learjet from here to Atlanta.
Do you guys get their jets?
No.
How do you feel about that?
Very jealous of our equipment, and our equipment's become a lot more demanding.
Well, that's it for today, guys. They're about to go perform for 100 very lucky people, as well as having it being live streamed at YouTube Presents. Any parting words?
Thank you.
Thank you. That's really all you can say. This is Metronomy, and this is YouTube Presents. Thanks for watching, guys.